we are. Here we are. There we are. G'day. It's Saturday, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yaama, haven't seen you all since last year. And what I wanted to tell you before we start the show and get our guests on is the reason we do that is we all like to have a break and get into real life and do stuff. So when we come back, we've got lots to talk about and we don't get worn out that way. So yeah, g'day. It's Saturday again. Time to have fun and look at some weird, interesting, fun and strange stuff. And sit back and enjoy the show. It's good to see you all. And yeah, we're all a bit nervous because we haven't been on for a while. So before we go, I'm going to invite, where are we? Where's that sideways one? G'day, Jules.
Hello.
We got Jules. How are you?
You got Jules.
Gee.
Hey, everybody.
So we've been busy doing real life. And we'll talk about that later in the show. And as you know, I'd like to get straight into what we're going to do so it's nice and interesting. So I hope you all had a good year last year. And I hope that this year's even better. And it feels that way. Everyone's been telling me that it feels that way. So, yeah. So, Jules, does it feel that way to you that this year's going to be a better year?
One can only hope.
One can only hope. Yes, I think so. Anyway. All right. So this week we're going to look at
nothing can top last year leading up to this year, and one can only hope that this year will be as good.
It will be. There's different things happening this year. I know that much. So be prepared, everyone. But we'll talk about that later. Like I said, around the fire. Yeah, this week I found some interesting stuff. There's a place, and we've got Joe in the chat room here. And Joe, if you want to come on after I show you what we've got and have a yarn with us about it, you're quite welcome to, because we're going to Alaska.
Yay, let's go for jet lag. Let's do it.
Yeah, jet lag. Buckle in, everybody. Board the plane. We're going to Portlock, Alaska. I haven't put any slides up this week. I've got some paper to read out and show you, and a short little video clip. But there is a heap more stuff on this subject if you want to go and have a look at it, and I encourage you to do your own research because it's very, very interesting. So, and before we get into that, did you know, Jules, that in Alaska there is the Bermuda Triangle? There's like a triangle in Alaska as well.
I did not know that.
I like one of them weird triangles, anomalies. Yeah, there's one in Alaska. I had a look at the map, and we're going to go on to Google Earth too when I show you Portlock, because I wanted to see it from the satellite view in real life. Well, it's not really real life, is it? Because they cover everything up. And that's what we're going to go and have a look at. We'll look at the articles and that from what happened there. And then I'll try and jump on and we'll go on a satellite and have a look at what it looks like today. Very interesting, I tell you. So anyway, the triangle Portlock isn't in the triangle. I thought it might have been, but strange things still happen around the triangle. So perhaps it's more than a triangle in that area. So maybe the triangle is only the focus of the strange things that happen in that area, and strange things happen all around the area anyway.
I wonder what kind of frequencies are there.
Yeah, where's Polly? Who mentioned frequencies? Where's Polly? And I'll just check the chat room because we've got some interesting stuff. Iron Dog race. Oh, is that the sled race? That would be really interesting. Yeah.
I had to kill the background. The jumping. It was too busy.
House. Yeah, when we got on, I said, "Oh, Jules, she's moved house, and now she's moved back to her old house." Cool. All right. So let's get to an article or something so you'll know what I'm talking about. Hang on, I'll do some fancy computer work here.
Well, Joe says it's true. A lot of airplanes go missing, never to be found.
Yes, they do. Not just aeroplanes, eh? Hang on. Oh, by the way, last year, remember I broke my hand? Well, it's kind of working now, but I'm a bit slow because it gets sore, so it's still in recovery. So in Portlock, Alaska, there's been 20 murders. That was interesting too. Hang on, I'll just share that and we'll have a quick look. Oh. First, hang on, we'll go with something really interesting. We'll go with something interesting to start off here. Oh, share screen, computer, head work. All right, here we go. If I can get it to work. Pop it on full screen.
Going out there.
Man, those are some of like the worst waters I've ever been in my life. Yeah, that's where all the shipwrecks are.
These like 4 shipwrecks that have happened over there in the last 100 years.
So how do you guys know about all this?
We work in marine excavation, seen the records, a bunch of them.
Do you happen to know any of the boats or maybe what happened to them?
A lot of people talk about this steamship called the Elwood.
In 1896, the steamship Elwood mysteriously wrecked off the coast of Portlock. At least one sailor died.
Oh, wow.
What about the Skookum?
In 1919, the Skookum sank while docked at the pier in Portlock.
Horror.
Oh, there was a bunch of them. That ship Kathleen.
In 1926, the Kathleen burned off the coast. The cause of the fire is still a mystery.
Randomly just went up in flames.
The boat just caught on fire?
Yeah, the boat was just completely destroyed. Nobody knows what happened.
What does that sound like to you?
From 1940 on, it got even more intense.
Really?
The cannery actually burned down twice. After all of these events, the entire village was living in fear.
Sounds like Portlock's consumed a lot of lives.
There's the Menlo.
In 1971, the fishing boat Menlo wrecked in Portlock. Reports at the time said the boat hit an unknown object.
Oh, wow.
That's the one everyone talks about. It was the most recent one over there.
Yeah.
We had something hit the bottom of the boat yesterday, and to be honest, it freaked me out.
Oh, what's going on here? That's not a coincidence.
You guys need to watch what you're doing out there.
All right, so as you can see, in the waters around there, strange things happen, not just in the air. I don't know how much I can play this before I get into trouble. So that's the waters around there. How much is it? All right, we'll keep playing it and see what happens. If I get cut off, guys, just come back.
You know, that's a lot of shipwrecks for one area.
There's more to Portlock than just rough seas. It's not just bad water or bad weather. Some people say there's a portal under the water. Some people say there's a sea monster. Going back hundreds of years, they have stories about the monster wrecking boats.
I mean, I grew up hearing and we've heard, got a lot to do with nothing, and him being a shapeshifter. Maybe they are two of the same.
Old story says Bigfoot. Shapeshifter. A couple of hunters went to go hunt for bears. There was a big disturbance up on the hillside. They seen a Bigfoot. They shot at it, wanted to see if they can find it, and all they seen was a mouse running around. Well, I think it shapeshifted into a mouse to get away.
Gives you something to think about, doesn't it?
With all the crazy stuff going on out there, I'd be careful.
Not looking forward to going back.
You guys be safe out there, right?
Thank you. You guys have a great one.
All right, yeah, man. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys. Have a great one.
You too, Keith.
There you go. There you go. So, what do you think of that, Jules?
It was very interesting.
Okay, so now we're going to have a look at our article.
Looking at chat, Joe says there's a town here in Alaska that people left because Bigfoot killed people.
That's what we're showing today. That's exactly what we're looking at. So we're going to have a look. Hang on, do this magic stuff here. Share screen. Ding. All right, let's put it up nice and big for everybody. All right, so here we are. This is from Discovery Walks blog. The Portlock, Alaska murders, 20 facts that will make you shake your head. So there were murders and that happening there, and the story, we'll hear the whole story with the articles that we got. So the first victim to be murdered on the spot was a lone logger. The story of the murders in Portlock, Alaska begin in the 1930s. In the 1930s, the first victim of these murders who was killed on the spot was I forgot that I had to read on this show. As you know, I'm hopeless at it. All right. Who was killed on the spot was the lone logger, Andrew Kamak, who was on his day routine of logging. When he was busy working on logging, something peculiar happened to him. He was hit by something or someone unexplained in the head. Yeah, the hairy man. Donnie was going to be with us today, but he's gone bush. So he was kicking himself because I told him what we're going to do, and I would have loved him to be here, but that's all right. Yeah, the fact that they were just logging, the hairy man would have got angry straight away. And if any of you have listened to Donnie talk in the past, you would have heard about how hang on, where are we? You would have heard about how he was working in an area and we knew the hairy man was there, and we watched it unfold over a year and a half, and things went missing, and you'll hear similar accounts in this story. Things went missing, people got hurt. They just didn't want them there, and a lot of weird things happened. And I would have loved for him to be in here because he'll hear that it's a similar story. So we'll go back to it. Okay, so that was the first death. He got hit over the head with a log. It probably threw a rock or something, log at him. So the next one, number 2, a huge piece of logging equipment hit the logger over the head, killing him. Andrew Kumek's head was bashed in. Well, sorry, I should have put a warning up. This is a bit gross. His head got bashed in. The logger's body was found 10 feet from the logging equipment. Okay, we won't read that. It's a bit messy. It tells you how he got his head bashed in. So the searchers went to search for him. They were shocked when they got there. And the logging equipment was very heavy. So, all right, the natives blamed the murders on the hairy Bigfoot type monster. So what I would have asked was, why is there so many in the area? And if they're killing people, why are we here? Because obviously they live here and they're telling us to go away. So I should have read this article before I put it on, but you know what I'm like. I like to discover everything with you. So, all right, the local natives blamed the murders on hairy Bigfoot type monster. Fear had started gripping the local natives of Portland, Alaska in the 1920s. There was a murder, a man by a mysterious creature. Several local natives started to lay blame on the creature. This creature was described to be a hairy Bigfoot type Yeti monster. Do you like the way they put all the names in there? Which they called the Nantil. I can't hardly say that, Nantil. So I'll skip that. Okay. So another weird thing that happened there, a spirit of a woman dressed in black clothes was also blamed for the murders. Other than the Bigfoot type Yeti monster, the local natives of Portlock, Alaska had another theory of what and who caused the murders. Some villagers started blaming the murders on a spirit of a woman dressed in black clothes. The locals revealed that the spirit of the woman emerged from the cliff above the town. She was described to be wearing a long dress with dragged that dragged behind her. The woman had a white face and could scream and moan uncontrollably. The local natives could hear something and then she would disappear. A bit like a banshee, hey? Kind of like a banshee. All right, hang on, I'll put this on the side so we can see it properly. Sorry, people. A man was 7. A man was scared off the mystical monster which gave him a fatal blow to the chest. Okay. So if he died, how did he scare him off? All right. In the 1920s, the local natives of Portland, Alaska, had a story about a man who received a fatal blow from the mystical monster. The name who was named Albert Petka was the first victim of the monster. He supposedly scared off the mystical creature with his dogs. However, the creature gave him a fatal blow to the chest. So what, did he come back and hit him? Is that what they're saying? Okay. Albert died a few days later after giving the story of the encounter. After getting the fatal blow from the creature, Albert did not die on the spot like the first recorded man who was murdered on the spot in 1930s. Albert survived the blow and lived to tell the encounter with the monster. However, he died a few days later from the fatal blow he had received. Okay. A group of hunters came across a giant footprints and blood tracks while stalking a moose. Was that a chocolate moose? After the murder of the lone logger, a group of hunters went out on their usual duties. They were stalking a moose and came across something that shocked them. The hunters found giant footprints, probably of the same big animal. However, what shocked them is that the area that they found the footprints had destroyed trees, branches, and blood. There was no sign of the moose, nor what had killed it or taken it. All right, we're going to have to talk more about hairy men. I'm going to have to get Donnie on because there are.
Yeah, you might have to redo this with Donnie because you'd probably stop you like 3 seconds in.
Oh yeah. In my head, I'm stopping 3 seconds in because I'm having this conversation with Donnie. Donnie, remember this one? Yeah, because we've got stories that we can put to these, and I'm not saying them, but because anyway. Or reserve him. So 10, local came face to face with the beast. As time went by, the sightings of the creature that murdered people was reported around Portlock. One man spotted this huge hairy creature destroying their equipment. That's another common thing. That's what I was talking about before with Donnie and the area he was in. They were destroying the equipment and taking it. And it's really heavy and they'll pick it up and take it miles away, and it's like, how are we going to get it back now? So he described the creature to have been looking like a devil. The witness had rushed, grabbed his weapon, only to return back to find the creature leaving without harming him. See, it's all the approach, I reckon. There must be something real special in that area, pardon me. Several men who worked as trappers, miners and loggers started going missing. Over the period of time, the people of Portlock, Alaska began getting more worried about some discoveries. Most men used to work as miners, trappers, loggers, and others worked on the cliffs. However, several men who went to their routine duties were never seen again. They went missing under mysterious circumstances. Ooh. You picked them up and carried them away. Now they're slaves for the hairy men. Bodies started appearing in Portlock, Alaska village. Yeah, this is a thing. I've got another lot of articles to show you. They get real close. They come out in broad daylight, which is normally not happening. Okay, the disappearance of these men came with several unfortunate outcomes. Their families of the missing men used to hope to find them safe, but this was never the case. Several bodies started appearing around the Portlock, Alaska village. This brought more fear to the people in the village. Some of the bodies washed into the bay from the river that fed them. We'll have a look at a map in a minute for those that don't know where this is. For Aussies and me, I had to look at the map. Where the hell is this place? All right. So the water washes up. All right. The horror around Portlock, Alaska became more open with the discoveries the locals made. The bodies of missing people were discovered in various locations in the village. Some of the bodies of the men were washed into the bay from the rivers that fed them. The discoveries contributed to the moving out of some people from the village for fear of what might happen to them. Other bodies were left in the open to be found. The horrors of the Portlock, Alaska village were never over at that point. The discovery of bodies in the bay were not the only spot where they found discovered over the period of time. Other bodies were left in plain sight where they had been murdered. Majority of the bodies were badly dismembered. The manner in which the bodies were found was so haunting the villagers of Portlock, Alaska. The victims were murdered and left in some devastating conditions. The majority of the bodies that were dumped around Portlock, Alaska were badly dismembered. These scenes were horrific to the local authorities and the local natives. They must have been really pissed off. It was like, we told you not to come here. All right. Oh, they were, okay, the murders in Portlock. Hang on, I just had a sip of something. Okay, the majority of the people that lived in Portlock, Alaska were Russian Aleuts. Is that the right way to say that? Aleut. With the terrors and horrors which were going on in the locality, several people decided to make a major move. Most of the Russians, Aleuts, decided to leave Portlock, Alaska for a year since the incidents were on the rise in the 1930s. Wow, I've got to keep checking to see if Polly's coming. He's probably sleeping. Anyway, a missing hunter's body was found badly mutilated in the creek in 1940. The locals of Portlock, Alaska were shocked by another discovery that made a hunter had gone out of his routine hunting expedition in the region. However, he never returned home, which left the people worried. A search team was sent out to look for the missing hunter. The team was shocked when they came across the body of the hunter in the creek. The body was mutilated and torn apart in a very peculiar way that was not consistent with a bear attack. I'm really interested in how that was, because I've heard stories of giants and how they dismember their food in a particular way. I was wondering, maybe they'll tell us. It might be too gruesome. All right. So dozens of people, yeah, this must be newspaper stuff. Anyway.
36 people, 3 dozen. That's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of people, eh? That's what I mean. It's like, oh, we've told you to leave, and we told you and told you, and we've killed half of you, and you're still not leaving. All right, take note of this picture, hey, because there were buildings and that, and when we go and have a look, you don't see nothing. It's really sus. And when I went to have a look on the satellite image, it goes, "Welcome to the new world." And I looked, and it's the new world we've made all these different adjustments, and that's what we're looking at. All right, so where are we? 3 dozen people, yeah. The murder incident in Portlock, Alaska was shocking to the locals and the authorities. Many theories came up about the murders, which was even shocking with the number of victims involved. In the 20 years or so, the murders in Portlock, Alaska, more than 3 dozen of them people were murdered. Yeah. So there it is. Cold. Not a place I would go. Okay. We'll give Joe, we give you a medal for living in the cold. I do anyway.
Right?
Here in the heat.
I give you my woman card.
Yeah. All right. They remain unsolved. All right, let's have a look at what else I've got here. Now this one talks about the town. Pretty much the same stuff there, and here's the map, and there we are all the way down here. Now, that triangle I was telling you about, that's here. The triangle goes here, and this is just outside the triangle. So I think it's, what was that place called? Oh, I don't know. Hopefully Jo can jump on later and we can have a yarn to her. So here we are, Portlock, Alaska, and it's right on that peninsula there. So we'll go back to here where it is. Let's have a look. I'll just quickly have a look through this article. Oh, look at that. That looks cold. That looks cold. All right, we'll have a read, eh? Right on the southern tip of the Kenai Peninsula, you'll find the town of Portlock, Alaska. You won't find it anymore. Alaska, this is entire place disappeared within the state. And two, I'll just stop for a second. My apologies if I make a mistake about Alaska and any of the words or people or anything. I don't mean to offend anyone, but I'm from the other side of the world and some of these words are hard to say for me. So, and I'll try to respect everybody's culture, even modern day cultures. So, all right, back to here. But now all that's left is a few rotting houses. Although Aleut people have lived in the southern tip of the Kenai Peninsula for thousands of years, no one had a settlement in the area until 1780s. Wow, I wonder what happened to them. Hey, all that time ago. There were no phones or anything back then. All right, this thriving town remained until everyone abandoned the village in 1950. There you go. The most residents, gee, why was it such a long time till something happened? That's interesting.
It looks like it went on for like 20 years.
Yeah, well, they founded the town in 1780s, and then it was abandoned in 1950s. But that's a long period of time, unless things were happening the whole time, and then people just didn't want to go.
Perhaps.
It's interesting. All right, the most residents moving to nearby villages down the coast are mine tunnel, house pilings, and rusted cannery equipment. Are all that remains of Portlock, Alaska today. Yeah, that's what it was, a cannery. That was the money-making thing there. So what happened? According to local history, an unexplained hairy creature continuously assaulted and stalked the villagers, murdering them and leaving their bodies until they finally all abandoned this area. Here's more about the terrifying history. So, and was it the same hairy man? Might have been different ones. They only saw one at a time, so they could have been taking turns. Who knows? This eerie little town lies on the southern end of the Kenai Peninsula in south central Alaska. The village of Portlock was established when Captain Nathaniel Portlock of the Royal British, there they are again, hey, them British, they get around, the Royal British Navy. I wonder if they put a flag and said no one lived in. Landed in 1787. Hey, they landed there and here at the same time.
Imagine that.
Imagine that. Must have been a planned expedition. Let's go somewhere out of the way, plant a flag, say no one lives there, and take it over. All right. There was an unexplored, beautiful area filled with fish and plenty of space. See, no people. I'm just having a dig there. I've got to say something, don't I? All right. If you believe the residents of the nearby villages of Seldovia, Nanwelek, and Port Graham, the area is haunted. Ooh. You know what, Jules? There is a lot with hairy men and spiritual stuff, and like they're like cats, the gatekeepers.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that even within the groups of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, hairy men, there's little subphyla that are mysterious and aren't documented.
All right. Where am I? Woohoo. All right. There's a nice picture of the water. Look. Looks very cold. Looks beautiful. Look. You'd be able to hear Creator out there. All right. The town became known as the creepiest places, one of the creepiest places in Alaska. Many are afraid to visit this area due to the unexplained circumstances that continue to happen in this small town. Imagine going for a day trip and not coming back, eh?
I wonder, I mean, what if somebody's compiled a book of experiences in Portlock?
They made a documentary. Someone went and made a documentary, and I wanted to show you that, but because it's someone else's documentary, I don't know if I'd get copyrighted or whatever.
Gotcha.
That's why I said go. So there is a documentary. Just put in Portlock, Alaska documentary. You'll find it. And they go and film the whole thing. I might be able to find it after giving you all this information. We'll have a yarn. And I'll see if I can find something and won't get into trouble. We'll see what happens. All right. Looks nice, hey? Anyway, must be strange, Joe, looking at your own end of the world. All right, how are we doing in there? How are everyone in the chat room? I hope you're enjoying this. So I'll come and have a yarns tears in a minute. All right, 1905, it was reported that all the workers left their cannery jobs due to something mysterious that was bothering the camp. The cannery workers returned to the next season, but unexplained events were continually reported. There was an air of fear and mystery that began to pervade the small town. Check it out. Looks like Airman country. I'll tell you something, travelling around Australia, you can be in the car or walking, whatever, but mostly in the car as you're going through different regions. Quite often I'm not looking where I am and I'm getting something out of my bag or whatever way my partner's driving, and the feeling will come across me and I'll pop my head up and go, we're in hairy man country, and this feeling comes over. You just know, you're in their country. Your hairs kind of stand up in a way, but different. It's hard to explain. All right, anyway. Hunters and gold miners who headed into the mountains started to disappear in 1931. So what happened to the mob that got there in the earlier time? Anyway.
No. Were they replaced?
I don't know. So, because obviously it only just started happening. Like they got there, built the town. Maybe when the money part of it came in, they got cranky. Who knows? When they did the cannery, because it's a lot of money, it's a money-based thing. Who knows? Maybe I should have dug deeper and done a bit more research. All right, hunters, they started disappearing in 1931. One man that was chopping wood was found murdered, seemingly by a single blow. He must have been the first one we talked about. So he was the first murder. He got hit in the head with a piece of wood. All right, so I'm going to put the thing in the chat room soon so people can comment if they want to talk. One group of the was hunting a moose. Yeah, we heard that. Stalking the same animal. They arrived to see a bloody battle. There was no moose. Yeah, we've covered that. Oh, how pretty is that? Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
How pristine. See the houses in the background? There's nothing there now from what they're showing us. Oh, look. That's an old picture. All right, bodies were recovered in the lagoon, so they chopped them in the water. That's unusual too, chucking them in the water.
Mm-hmm.
They usually leave them on the side of a cliff or up a tree or somewhere really weird from where they took them. Anyway, where are we now? People started, all right, so understandably how fear began to set in, people started to leave the town. All unexplained disappearances and murders in Portlock are all unexplained, but they explained them, obviously. they don't believe their own explanation. Alaska caused everyone to feel like they had to flee. So, oh man, look at that. I could live there if that only happened 3 months of the year. If that only happened 3 months of the year, I could live there for 3 months knowing that it's going to get hot. All right. By 1949, residents had left en masses their homes, their nearby chromium mine. So they had a few things going. They were mining as well. No wonder they got cranky. The cannery, the mine. Okay, so the teacher's cottage and the large schoolhouse were all left to return to the wilderness. This resulted in Portlock, Alaska, becoming one of the most abandoned towns in Alaska. Only the postmaster remained. Well, he must have had a cushy job. There was no one to deliver mail to. After a year alone, the post office closed and the last residents of Portlock left town. Even the postmaster couldn't continue on there. He would have freaked out being there by himself for a year, eh? He would have locked his doors every night and don't go out in the dark. This town experienced over 50 years of hauntings, murders and disappearances before the townspeople gave in and left. Wow, it took 50 years for them to get it. Oh, look at that. So imagine once that water was not so high and that all would have been joined. Can you visit Portlock today? Doo-doo. Well, you can, but there's nothing there. All right.
The question is, would you want to visit Portlock today?
Yeah. Oh, Polly is there. You are there, Polly. Hey, g'day. I'm way behind. I've been reading. And I'm just going to pop it in here. I hope it goes in. Oh. Okay. So, Joe, if you can get on and want to comment, please do. And now we've got to remember Joe actually lives up there, and I imagine the internet's not the best. And Polly, please do come and join us and comment. All right, what else we got? Goes down, mysterious story. A stronghold of Bigfoot. Yeah, it is a stronghold. There's obviously either they live there or there's some special place there for them to protect it so much. I would say the fact they were killing people.
Yeah, they're probably protecting that, I can't say Bermuda, that Alaskan triangle.
Yeah, because they're on the outside.
Bigfoot, hairy men, those kind of creatures are always associated with portals and UFOs.
Yep. Well, it's in the water as well, as we saw the clip in the beginning, or the water thing. So the whole area, it's in the ground, it's in the sky, and it's in the in-between. So what an interesting place.
Yep.
I wonder what they felt when they first went there. Like, imagine they would have been on a boat, right, and they're going up, oh, well, it was the English people, obviously. They didn't feel like, oh, this is dread, we shouldn't be there. I wonder if they felt dread when they got there, or, I wonder what they felt. They obviously ignored whatever they felt. But I wonder what they felt. Yeah. I wonder what they felt. Be interesting. Knowing the English, though, it wouldn't matter what they felt. They just would have went in there. Anyway. Pardon me. All right. So, I think that's all we have for you people. Let's go and have a look where it is on the map. We're going to go to satellite. Oh, savor the fried chicken. We got Korean fried chicken here, KFC. All right, let's go to Google Maps. Let's see, can I do this? We're going to go and have a look at this place from the sky, because being not my country, I wanted to check it out. And I'll tell you something, people. When I got nothing to do, sometimes I jump on this and I look around my own country and I find really interesting stuff. But I know what I'm looking at because I've lived here all my life. And because you guys have got bears and other creatures what we don't have, I see the same things I see here, but I don't know if it's a bear or a hairy man or whatever other creatures you got over there like that. Then they're going to eat you. All right, we've got Google Earth. All right, let's do that. Oh, it went automatically. Cool. Where are we? Auckland. Oh, hang on. Do I put it in here or do I just find it? Let's just find it. Around the world in 80 seconds. Oh, where am I? I missed the country. Here. I'm up here. Oh, look, it's all covered in clouds. You can't see nothing. Wish you can. I'm in the right area, am I? Yeah. I'm not in Africa. No. Oh, look.
There you go. You're in the right area. You gotta go up.
Canada. Hi, Polly. Jules, g'day. G'day, everybody. Wave, I'm waving at you.
I'm way on the East Coast.
Oh, you're on this side, are you?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Cool. You're on the sunny side? On the sunny side of the road. All right, where are we? We're going to Alaska. North to Alaska. Go north. Will I get in trouble for saying
you were there? Go over.
We're here. Is it down here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anchorage. Right, here we are. The triangle. The one point of the triangle's here. And it goes up and around here. So this area here. Okay. So Anchorage is in that triangle I was talking about. We might even pop up and have a look at the Alaskan triangle. So, and now we're looking down here. Oh, where are we? This don't look right. Yeah, it's here, I think. I think so.
Since everybody's abandoned it, will the town even be on the map now?
No, it's not. So I'm in, yeah, that's right, it's in here. It won't show you, but all right, no, that's the wrong one. Hang on a minute, I was there last night. Okay. It's here.
There's the Denali National Forest. Come down. I'm gonna say 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wait, down.
It's around here somewhere.
Well, if you were here, you know where it's at. Don't listen to me.
Oh, yeah, I come and had a look last night. So, have we got any comments, anyone? Help me out. I had trouble finding it last night. So I'm going to put it in Google search.
Well, there you go. Why don't we do that all along?
Because I wanted to go the old-fashioned way. Portlock. Yeah, I'll just put him. Oh, I need a break. Hang on. All right, so we're in the look. Oh, look where it took us. See that? It's not telling you. Oh, get rid of this. Go away. There we go. It took us out. We are in the right area. I knew I was. It just looks so different to. All right. Oh, this is terrible. Elizabeth Island. It's around here, I think. Where's that map? Not wrong. Oh, did I take it down? I did. I did. All right, I haven't got the map anymore. Let's go back to there. All right, it's in here, I think. Yep, there it is. See? So I'll show you that picture for a moment. Where's that other picture? Old town. Oh no, I've lost it. Oh, I'm a terrible YouTuber. I'll get all my tabs out of place.
Anchorage is about 102 miles south of Joe.
102 miles. Wow, it's not far from you. Yep. All right. So this was it, right? That the black and white picture that we showed you of the town that was left. All the buildings are gone. Look.
Wow.
That's it there. So that means I had a look around. So and they must have been mining around here, and that means that something around here is very special for them to protect it and actually murder people like that. And I've got to say that see how you can, some places you can zoom in, you can see a bird sitting on a tree. That's how good it is. And then when there's something special to look at, you zoom in and you can't see anything. That's what I noticed. So I was checking out the place. I was looking down the coast here a little bit, seeing if there was anything interesting anywhere else. Like little black spots on the sand, and you zoom in and think, I wonder what that is, but it's not very good. There's another one that could be. See, in Australia, we don't have anything that big that's hairy, right? Except for hairy men. We don't have bears and things like that. So when you see a big hairy thing, you know it's a hairy man, because we don't have anything else that big. But over there, over where you are, I think, oh, I don't know what I'm looking at. I see all sorts of things. All right, so there you go, people. There's Portlock. There's nothing here now. That could be a little building there. Look, there's another little building left here. A couple of trees. Don't know what that is. Something there. See that there? That's something. All right. So this is the area that they protected so much. That could be a building or something there. That they murdered people in broad daylight. There's something there as well. That is other. So Portlock, Alaska. Very interesting place. If we were all really rich, we'd go and visit Joe and jump on a plane and a boat or whatever and go and check the place out, eh?
True.
And take 2 big bodyguards with guns. No, I'm taking. See, look, what's this here? On the sand. So that's the area, people. That's what I have for you today. No one wants to comment. No one's joined. Oh, Polly, how long have you been sitting there, my brother? I'm so sorry.
Hello. No, I just got here.
Oh, good. That was good timing. So what do you reckon, Polly? You checked it out?
I've always wanted to visit Alaska. So if
Oh,
Joe,
right.
you're listening, just
Yeah,
Alaska sounds
give
like
us
a fun
throw us
trip.
a bone on where we should go in Alaska so we don't possibly not come back. I'm wondering if this whatever they're hiding in this area or whatever's being hidden is it got anything to do with because you know the ice is melting up there, and what most people don't think about beyond climate change is the fact that if that ice is gone, it opens up new shipping lanes for world trade, and going from China to North America, the distance would be cut significantly if they could go through the ice that's not there anymore. And Russia's already doing this, building boats specifically to go through certain levels of ice to go up around the north and into North America that way. And I'm wondering if there's maybe something special there, or maybe some kind of a deposit, maybe a mineral or some kind of oil deposit or something, because the United States bought Alaska for pennies on the acre. I'm not joking.
True.
It was like one of the cheapest land purchases in global history. I can't remember who they bought it from, but they bought it for literally like 10 cents or something crazy back in the day.
Wow. I'm looking around because you never know what you'll find. Did you see? Oh, look. See if things are weird shapes. You look for weird shapes. I'll show you something.
Hey, did you check out the pyramid? Isn't there a pyramid somewhere in Alaska?
Yeah,
too?
I was going to do a show on that. Black Pyramid, I think they call it, something like that. Yeah, there is. And I was checking into that. There's not a lot of information on that, so I've got to do a bit more digging. But yes, there is a pyramid. There is. I found a little sticky uppy thing. Hang on.
It's supposed to be like 30 times bigger than the Giza pyramid.
Wow.
It's huge.
Wow, I didn't know that. Where was it? I just found it. See, I find things and I can't remember where I found them. It was like either a statue or something, and you could see the shadow behind it. Oh, let's go back to here, down here. Oh, I can't find it now. When I find it, I'll keep looking while we're talking. That's why we take screenshots, so I know what I'm looking at and remember where it is.
He didn't also
they got their
huge
logos
like
so
metric
much that you
Canadian
can't see what
shit
they're
ton of
looking at.
snow just dump on Alaska?
I don't know. Joe, did you just get a heap of stuff dumped on you? The weather's weird. It's starting to cool down real quick here. Oh, look, I'm going to have to stop doing this. I get memorized by this stuff and I just do it for hours and I find all these things. But I'm going to do it with his one day, but in Australia, because I know what I'm looking at in Australia. Here, I don't know what I'm looking at properly. And I'm wondering if it's a bear or... I did find something
any pyramids
really
in Australia?
Yep. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. When me and my partner were young, we were about 10 years old, something like that, on Mount Kosciuszko, they found the snow had melted right down that year, and the pyramid uncovered pyramids. And for about a minute and a half on TV, they had a little flash thing saying, "We found these pyramids on the top of Mount Kosciuszko," and then you never heard about it ever again. So only people, Ken, you might have heard about it. Ken in the chat room, Ken Rotman, you're about our age. You might have heard a little snippet there. So I'll put the address in the chat room if anyone wants to jump in and have a comment. This is an interesting place. Yeah, one day I'm going to jump online in the middle of my night and I'm going to just talk to myself and take you around Australia and zoom in and show you some weird stuff. What it really is, I don't know, because you've got to actually go there, but it just looks weird from the sky. So Alaska, whatever is here, people, is guarded so well by the hairy men that they will kill to do it, to protect it. And people haven't got LiDAR or something. There could be caves in amongst this mountain. You don't know. You can see the tops of the mountains pretty good. Back in the old day when they first started putting this stuff out, they didn't have nothing covered up and you could see things as plain as day. But I didn't know how to navigate the computer back then. All right. Well, that's my bit. You want to keep looking around on the on the map? Yoo-hoo. What else have I got for you? I just got some funny things for you. So, Polly, I didn't even welcome you properly. So how are you? Welcome. We haven't been on Gdays for a whole year now, but we have been talking. And what have you been up to, Polly?
Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
No, it's been.
I'm lagging a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you. I can hear you now. So how you been, Polly? What you been up to? Tell us about your radio show. Yeah, lagging.
I'm so laggy right now. I'm gonna.
Are you tired?
Log out and log back.
Okay, do that.
It's one way to fix the lag.
Yeah, it is. It is. I want to keep looking. What can we find that's strange? There's got to be strange things around here. Things that don't look like normal stuff in nature. Like, look at this. Is that an eagle? What's that? It looks like an eagle in a tree.
It could be a nest in a tree.
Yep. Because it actually can go really close. If you go to an area where there's nothing significant, you can see as plain as day. But when you go to an area that's significant, you get all these stamps and layover bits. So this is probably boring for people, but I find it really interesting. That's why I'm going to do it by myself. Oh, look, it looks like bits of wood. Trees. What's that there? Big mud hole. Huh?
It's hard to say.
What are they? Tops of the trees, in the shadows.
Could be the shadow of the tree.
See, even your trees are different, right? Let's look at the shape of them. They're big and pointy. Ours are flat. Let's go. I'll show you. Let's go to Australia now.
Let's go traveling.
Let's travel to Australia. We're doing a travel show now. I hope you enjoyed Portlock. And if you'd like to know more and I find more, we can do it. Look, that's where the land should be. See that? So if the water was lower, all that there's a big shelf. All this is land, or was land. Now it's underwater. All right, let's go around the world in 80 seconds. Ooh, there's Africa. Look at Africa. Used to be all green ones. Does that really exist, or is that, what's that there? Oh, look, here we are. We look drier than Africa, man. Look at that. They're like half green. And we only got green around the edges. So in we go. There we are. We're back home. I've got jet lag now. I need to take a break.
It's not fun, trust me.
Hey, I've got jet lag and need to take a break. All right, I can tell you the stuff about here, the interesting places. There's interesting stuff in the middle of nowhere. Right, but you've got to go in and have a good look. But there's interesting stuff here. And in Sydney, where I live, there's interesting stuff just here. And you go into the mountains a bit further, because this is the mountain ridge. It's really interesting. And when you go up to here, all around here, there's really interesting stuff. And in Queensland, where are we? Up around here is really interesting stuff. So all this area, if you have a really good look, is interesting. When you get out here, there's interesting stuff, but there's not much trees, and all that's left is remnants of things. Like they've been worn away, but they still stand out. I've got a lot of screenshots on stuff that's out here.
Look at that desert.
And yep, this is Uluru. This is where I went last year.
Well, that's quite a stretch.
Yep. Yeah, went all the way from here, all the way down here, up through there and back again, which is probably all the way across. And I didn't even get across, I only went halfway. I haven't been here yet. I've been everywhere else but there. Up there and here. They're the only two places I haven't been. and I'm not in a hurry. So, yeah, not much out here. We'll go and have a zoom. Ooh, look, that's what it looks like from the sky. Lots and lots of that, unless you find a rock formation. And everyone in Australia is bored now because of how many times have we seen these people? Look at the veins. Look at the veins. Wow. All right, we're going to turn this off because I don't want to bore people. And now if I was looking for stuff, see, I'd go down into here. There's got to be stuff here somewhere. There'd be something. You can tell by the rock formations. And sometimes you'll see a hairy man. But they have to be standing up. Right? You see them when they're standing up, you know exactly what you're looking at. Because it's the only things we see. Here's a group of could be wallabies. See, a group of wallabies or hairy men, but there's no tails. Wallabies have got big long tails and they'll come down like this, but there's no tails. You can see the heads, they sit in a circle and they're always sitting in a circle. Anyway, don't want to give too much away. I'll do a whole show just on this by myself so I don't bore anybody. And Polly hasn't come back, he's having technical trouble. And everyone's got bored and left. No. All right, so what else have I got for you? Let's have a look. That's about all. I might put the fire on. We'll get the real fire going. Hang on. Ooh, where's my tab? I'll put on a real fire and have a small break, I think. Oh.
I know, thanks to YouTube, no background music, and I can't sing for you.
No, we can't.
Really copywritten.
Isn't it lovely? Yeah, and you can't even sing and repeat something because they catch it. It's getting really hard, these robots. These robots are giving us heaps. All right. You want a virtual campfire? Oh, no. Something's happening. Well, I'm going to have to get rid of some of this stuff.
Oh, no.
I'm having technical trouble too here, eh?
I would have never known.
What? That I'm having
technical behind and doing it like a boss.
All right, I can't get anything. Hang on. This is not good. All right, I can't bring anything up. We're having technical trouble across the board. I wonder what's going on there.
What?
Let's try one more time. Yeah, I can't bring anything up. It keeps going back to... Yeah, something going on. Polly got froze out. We must have hit someone. All right, let's see if I can find it here.
Gremlins?
Gremlins, yeah. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. Virtual campfire. Oh, yes, do it the old-fashioned way. Sometimes it just works, eh? That looks like a good one. Going, yeah, this is a good one. All right, I've done it. All right, so I hope everyone enjoyed going to Alaska.
I did.
We lost Polly. We're having technical troubles. All right, all I've got for you left now is a couple of TikTok things that I found interesting in that. Yeah. Other than that, just a yarn around the campfire for anyone that wants to come and yarn with us.
Cool.
So, poor Polly's having tech trouble. And I'll just have a look through my file to see what I had put away.
Yeah, I bring nothing to the table.
Nah, that's all right.
I'm a slacker.
You're my guest. Portlock, Alaska. I could probably do some videos there. There is, like I said, a documentary on Portlock. All right, so we've got some spirit captured on video. What have we got here? Oh, This one's really interesting. I'm going to put the sound out because it's in another language, but it's a spirit in the water. I found it really interesting because no way could you stand in a waterfall, pop up and disappear and not get washed down the waterfall. I'll show you this. Hang on. Share this one instead. Here we go. Do the sound and play. All right, so if you have a look, you'll see it in a minute. Just be patient. And you'll see this little black thing pop up out of the water and then disappear. And I watched it a few times. I thought, no way could a person stand there in that waterfall. Watch. Here it comes. It's on the left-hand side in the middle quarter, left quarter in the middle. See it pop up and it'll disappear. See the person?
Yeah, I saw it.
Right? Now, if that was a real person, you'd have to get washed down, right? Where would you hide? And how would you hold on? Oh, Polly's back. Sorry, Polly.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello.
I had a few big problems too. See, there it is, look. So how would you stand there like that in the water and then pop down and disappear without coming out the other end?
There's a cave there, I guess.
Oh, well, that looks like a real person, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the person's just going like through a little waterfall and back into a cave.
Okay, that's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
It quite could be.
That's
There
pretty
you go.
cool.
It is, eh? What else I got for you?
What else did I miss?
Nothing.
No.
It was boring until you come back, Polly.
Oh, it was probably not as boring as me waiting for my computer to reboot, but yeah.
I don't even know what I got here. What is it? I don't know what this is. I don't know. Let's just have a look at it anyway. Oh, all right. So he goes through and he can't get through. Oh, this is funny. That's right. Look what she does.
That's got to be superstition.
Yeah, it'd have to be something. Because I was thinking, where was it here? Oh, this is fascinating. You could answer this, Polly. What is that?
Whoa, that was cool.
All right.
Yeah, that one with the guy walking up to the camera and then back to the stairs and then stepping over that wall was weird.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
you
can't
do that.
even think about how you would fake that.
I don't know.
But it's obviously fake. I mean, that's like Escher stuff right there, but they're just using video. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, all right, I think we've got one more. Oh, yeah, this is weird. This is a spirit one. I'll just let it play. Found it real interesting. I'm thinking, what? It's just a little girl playing, but you watch what happens. She's got an invisible friend. Oh, hang on. We've got a kettle boiling here, so I'm just going to mute myself. A bit slow, this one, but it's worth watching.
I don't see it.
I vaguely see it.
It could be my resolution, though. It's my New Year's resolution. It's just not as good as it used to be. Right.
Oh, yeah,
It
it's a bit
doesn't actually come close to her, does it?
Oh. You'll see it now. It's a bit slow. That's all I said. It's a bit slow. It must have been interesting, otherwise I wouldn't have marked it. Something comes from the other side of the yard, I think. Let's move it along faster. I'm getting old and slow. See, she's talking to somebody. Look, she's talking to somebody.
Yeah.
You can see something flashing up and down in the middle. Yeah, there, where the red arrow is.
Yeah, I can see it moving.
Yeah, there it comes. Here it comes. Look. Starting.
Oh, now I see it.
Yeah, because it come from across the yard.
It almost moves like an animal.
And you know, there are things that can camouflage in the bush and stuff like. There is the technology of camouflage.
It's just sitting there with her right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sitting there.
It's almost like a dog or like a large cat. And now it's gone. Where'd it go?
Gone. Yep. It's like it got up and left.
Or it got caught.
Pardon me.
No, it's behind her.
It's behind her. She knows. She must be able to see it as plain as day. Oh, there you go. That's the end of that. That's the end of that.
That was crazy.
Yep.
There you go.
You got a new fire.
Damper? No. All right. So, only an hour it took me to show you all that stuff. I didn't have much to show you. I did find another town. I was going to go to Czechoslovakia next week because there's a town there that apparently a meteor or something dropped from the sky and the whole area is just active now. All sorts of weird stuff. And there was this hole they found, and they lowered this guy down, a prisoner, and he was young when he went down, and he started yelling, pull me up, and when they pulled him up, he was really old. So yeah, some weird stuff about that. I found a video on it, but I've got to find something written because, like I said, I don't want to get in trouble. So, yeah. Oh, you can't see me. Hang on. I didn't know that. Slack on the old computer there. I told you I was a bit slow, a bit gumpy in the hand. That's right. So, yeah, Portlock, Alaska, very interesting. And I didn't call out the chat room. I'm really slack on that. Sorry, people. But we were visited by many people. Thank you for coming and watching and listening, and you in the future. So now we're just going to sit by the fire and have a yarn and ask these two beautiful people here what they've been doing for the last year. Since we haven't been here for a while. So Polly, what you've been doing? I've been on Polly's radio show a couple of times. And,
yeah, I've just been planting seeds, literally. I'm not being metaphorical here. And that was 3 days ago. I planted beans, cabbage, sunflower, echinacea, dandelion, eggplant, habaneros, tomatoes, and cannabis. And one other thing that I can't read backwards from here. Something, but I still have to plant my onions. And, well, all my cabbage is already sprouted, and so have most of my beans. And that's only 3 days.
Wow.
So those are some good seeds.
Well,
That's what I've been doing. I'm just working and planting, and then when I'm not working or planting, I'm usually looking up stuff for the show or trying to think of something to do for the show, which is easy tomorrow because it's Chinese New Year.
Oh, that's right. We're entering the year of the dragon. So they are.
Yeah, so I got some stuff about that tomorrow.
Cool. The reptilians are out.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I went walking around harvesting some of the stuff. I was talking to Polly about it. So these are the bunya nuts. These are bunya nuts, Polly.
Oh, you got one.
Those are huge.
Yeah. The nuts inside, obviously, it's in there.
Cool.
Yeah. And these are the other things I was talking about with the hexagonal.
Right.
Monster Delicious, it's called Monstero Delicious. These aren't native.
But it looks like a honeycomb. It's so cool.
Yeah.
You find that pattern everywhere in nature.
Yeah.
It's almost everywhere.
You got to wait for the bits to fall off. They're the little hexagonal shivers. They're the hexagonal things. They fall off. Because if you eat them before that, they've got little black things in them and they sting your tongue. It's like having a lemon that's really bitter and it makes you go like that. And it stings for a while. So you got to wait for them to fall off. And then what's left is yummy fruit if the plant's been looked after.
It's like the fruit version of corn.
It is. It is the fruit version of corn. When you think about it. That's funny. Except you don't.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, so it's starting to come off there. You can see it falling off.
Yeah. Except it comes from a tree, right?
Yeah, it comes from a plant. It's like
it looks like a pine cone and corn on the cob.
Yeah. You know, elephant ears, that plant elephant ear? That big sweetheart shape. It's like them, but it's got holes in it. And the male one gives you nothing, but the female one gives you fruit.
Right. Cool.
So, and I don't know where they come from. I don't think they're native food.
I wonder if I can grow them.
Yeah, they're everywhere here. I think you have to wait a year or two for the plant to get big enough to produce fruit, and you've got to make sure it's a female. So, I dropped all them little hexagonal things are all over my floor now. So, yeah. So Jules has got an interesting story.
I'm still tired from my story. It's still unfolding.
Jules has been busy.
I don't know where to start because I'm gonna do a proper show on it on my channel up and coming. But the first, I don't know if I should say first part, second part, but a little segment is gonna be coming up around the corner. Me and an old friend are revisiting a subject that we've talked about, and we're gonna revisit. And speaking of, I need to put that down, so I've got to get the date and everything.
Yeah, you got to sort that out. But meanwhile, Jules, you went to a convention.
I did. I went to a convention a couple of weekends ago.
Yep.
And then I went and took a little day trip and had a visit with our friend Nano Girl.
Yay! And Jules is tired. Otherwise, she's told us this story like half a dozen times.
Yeah, I mean, no, you were asking what I've done. I mean, on my channel, I know it's been over a year since I've done anything. The last show I had, I was just getting my feet wet, and then Creator, this Cosmic Force, had something else for me in mind. I had just done an interview with Ben Inland Jones, and it went over pretty good. And then Spirit just said, nope, we're going to do this. So I ended up writing a book last year. Woo. It was so thick, I had to break it up into 2 sections. So I wrote 2 books last year.
Virtually, yay. So Jules has been very busy.
So, and then after that, I went to a convention, and now I'm just at that, because I'm getting ready to get busy again.
Yep. Cool.
But it was fun. Last year was good. I mean, I what can I say? I turned 50 with a bang.
And what a big year. You're in the 50s and over club.
Definitely now, officially, I'm not on the bubble anymore. I'm like, I have that +1 digit.
I feel so young now.
Next year, I'll be playing with a full deck.
Polly, you'll always be young because you're like my partner. You're the same age every year.
Yeah.
I remember the kids saying, Mum, how come you're older than Dad? And I'm like, oh, my God, they actually believed what he said. Which was funny. So yeah, me and Polly have been talking about interesting stuff on his show. I would like to bring it to you when Polly has time, and we can come back and talk about some of the subjects we talked about on his radio show on this show, because they were quite interesting, and we can show pictures to go with it, which we couldn't on the radio show, obviously. And what have we talked about, Polly? Food? Frequency?
Well, we didn't do the show we were planning on doing, the last show we did, because the last show we did was on calendars and time.
That's right, it was too.
So we still haven't actually done the show that we've been planning for a long time.
No, we have to do that.
So we can do that here if you want.
Because I got my days and times mixed up and didn't turn up. That's what happened. I was still asleep and I was a day late. I think one time I was a day late and another time, this time I was hours late. So, yeah. That's what happened.
But there was a little bit of irony in the fact that we decided not to do the show we were planning on doing the day before, like at the last minute.
I know, but it worked out good still.
It did. I thought it was a fun show. I mean, it definitely makes me look at calendars in a different way.
It does. And time. And I actually said before the show started, it had 5 minutes, I think it was. And I said to my partner, this 5 minutes shows that time can move fast or slow, because the last 5 minutes before you've got to go and do something can go really fast or really slow, and it just shows how you can bend and stretch it. So, yeah, I want to say g'day to Ken Rodman. How you going, Ken? He's my fellow Aussie man. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope living out there is good, and now you're back out in the bush. And hi, Joe. This show was kind of dedicated to you because it was Alaska. And hi to Malia. Hey, Malia, how you going, sister? And hi to Future Use. That's a good name, Future Use.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
Yeah.
You know, I've been gone so long that even StreamYards doesn't know who I am. That's my backup account.
And we had 3M Farm. G'day. We had somebody else. BLB. I remember you. You're still hanging in there. That was earlier in the chat room. And Luna, crazy lady, she was there. And we had Polly. So, but hey, Malia. Hey, did you watch the show, Malia? I think I put the thing in the chat room if you want to hop on and have a yarn. It's there somewhere. Oh yeah, it's there, not far up. Anyways, what was I saying before? What we were talking about? Not much. We're just yarning around the campfire now after we've been to Alaska. Oh, that's right, the show with Polly. And we're doing that. And I missed it. And I actually, just to show you that I take it seriously, Polly, I have a little booklet. And it has Polly's show and stuff on it. See?
You do the same thing I do. I write down little notes for little
little
bullet points that I want to talk about. Yeah. I guess everybody does that.
Good.
Or do they?
Do they?
Everything I have done up until now has mostly been on the seat of my pants. Especially last year.
So like bullet pants, you mean?
No time to do any kind of looking into. Well, it's impressive. I 654 pages in 6 months.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
That is impressive, man. Yeah, I'm doing something similar on the side, but I had to work and I had to put it on the side again, and that's why I never get anywhere. I do a bit and then I'm busy, then I do a bit and I'm busy. That was good going, Jules, making it that fast. Yeah, everyone told me when you write you can do the voice thing. I thought, wow, that's good. I can knock my story out real quick. And I tried it, but there was one drawback. It can't pick up my accent. And when I went back and read what it wrote, it was just BS.
When I suggested that, I didn't even think of that.
Yep.
It doesn't work for Scottish accents either.
No. Yeah. I went back to the old way.
What, with a feather and
yeah, and a pen.
Ink and quill.
Dip, right, dip, right.
Yeah, a feather from your favorite bird.
Yeah.
You didn't take it though; it gave it to you.
Yes, that's right. They do. Actually, I walk around. I got that many feathers. I haven't got them behind me at the moment. But every time I go for a walk, there's always a feather right in front of my pathway, or most of the time, and it's a present. And it's like, thank you. Or I find nuts and fruit or something. I find something.
Crows leave stuff.
Normal neighbourhood, that's pretty all right. You just can't.
Crows might be ravens, but one of the blackbirds, they leave stuff for people.
Magpies. The magpies.
They'll bring you presents, in exchange for stuff, food, I guess.
Yeah, actually, there was a video. There's a lady that had a baby magpie, and she looked after it because there was something wrong with it. And it brings her presents, and it sleeps next to her and everything. It's the most amazing thing. Very amazing. Yeah, they're really nice birds if you get to be friendly with them. If not, they'll pick you as you walk past their nest. They'll come down and pick you on the head, and all the bike riders have to wear a helmet.
It's a funny name for a bird. I wonder if they make good pies.
They probably do. Maybe that's why they started.
I wonder if it tastes like chicken.
The settlers came, didn't know what to eat, and they saw these birds, and they made magpies.
Yeah. I mean,
probably.
who knows?
I don't know. Oh, I've got some questions for you fellas. That's right. Where am I? I'll do a book for my show too.
Questions.
I got questions. Yeah, I got some funny questions for everyone to have a laugh with.
Okay.
All right. If animals could talk, which would be the rudest?
Blue jays.
I think Indian miners. But most would pick birds. Out of all the animals, they're picking birds. Jules, if animals could talk, which would
If
be?
animals could talk, what would be the rudest?
Mm-hmm.
Can I phone a friend?
Yeah.
Or use a lifeline?
Obviously, you haven't met a rude animal. All right, here's one. It hasn't really got an answer, but you can answer it if you want.
I mean, I would have to think. I'd have to think on that. It would have to be something that's just so passive that doesn't say anything, but that's the one that could be the most rude.
A skunk?
You do have a point there. I mean, but I would like to think that they only spray when they're threatened.
Skunks are too stupid to be rude.
Too stupid?
They don't, yeah. If that makes any, I don't think, you mean rude on purpose, right? Like not rude by accident.
No.
That would take a level of intelligence.
Yeah.
That's why I picked a blue jay, because it's a bird. Birds are smart. Like maybe fish would be rude, but you wouldn't be able to hear them.
I was sitting here thinking fish, but it's like, what particular fish? All the ones I have are little assholes when I try to get the net to them. They're like, ooh, net, other side of the tank, other side of the tank.
I'll bet you the monkfish is the rudest.
Trying to catch a coolie loach in a fishing net, it's almost impossible.
Okay, here's another question. And I don't know if this has an answer. It was just a weird question. And it actually makes sense. Is cereal soup?
No.
Cold.
Nope, not even cold soup.
Cereal with milk isn't soup, no?
Nope.
Nope.
No? Okay. I kind of thought it was.
That's like calling a milkshake soup.
Oh, true.
Or that's like calling orange juice with chunks of orange in it orange soup.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's a better analogy.
I think we've started something there. Orange soup. Would you like to?
Yeah. It's organic orange soup. It's pronounced Oz.
Here's a funny one. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Probably only one if you used it properly.
Maybe 2 to pluck each eye out.
I thought that, and I just bought this poor elephant with all these chickens. Come on, girls, let's get him. All right, here's another one. Which sport would be the funniest to add a mandatory amount of alcohol to?
Ping pong.
I'm gonna have to think about that one. I'm thinking cricket might be fun because most of the people that play cricket don't drink very much, do they?
No, most people that play
that might
sport.
that might be a good one.
I was going to say Aussie,
or
but they all drink.
You're right.
Not what they play.
I was going to say Formula 1.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny.
But that'd probably be pretty dangerous. But it would be still, or NASCAR or something like that. It'd be like you could just see the progression of the driving.
Luna's not talking about the fans or the spectators. We're talking about the actual players.
Yeah, me too.
Because I mean, you just described a complete NASCAR event.
I think it would be. Yeah, the drivers at a normal NASCAR event, they're the only ones not drinking.
Golf could be interesting if they were party people and started doing strange stuff on the course, like dancing and rearranging the balls in a different pattern.
You get the galley if you hit your ball into the crowd. You get some drunk guy that just like head the ball like soccer back onto the green for you.
It'd either make the game really boring or really funny, like chess. Every time you capture someone, you have to have a drink.
Yeah.
And the last question was, what animal is the biggest party animal?
The human.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen that tree in Africa that ferments, and when all the fruit drops, all the animals eat it and get drunk and party on them for a couple of days.
I think dolphins party.
Yeah, they're party animals, eh?
They get high on jellyfish and stuff, don't they? And they'll just try to mate with anything, and then they'll use their sonar to herd schools of fish into tight little masses so they can just eat them.
Malou reckons monkeys.
Like a bag of popcorn.
Yeah, monkeys, they already party animals, aren't they?
Well, steal some hubcaps.
They're already party animals.
It'd be funny though if the actual best party animal or most partiest animal was like an owl or something like so unassuming. A snail.
A snail.
Yeah. When it gets home, the shell comes off.
They probably are real party animals. We just don't know it.
Such a shorter lifespan. You
Well,
gotta have
I'm
some
gonna have
fun,
to
right?
keep my eye out on barnacle over there.
I'll tell you something. The other day, we had cockroaches out the back. Big ones like this. They're like giant beetles. Anyway, I feed the possums sometimes, and they come out because I know that there's going to be bits of food left over. And I was observing them. And what I observed is that one cockroach had a little piece of food, and the other cockroach came up and started pushing him and harassing him, trying to nick his food off him. And I'm watching this and thinking, I didn't know they were like that. Then there was another one that was on his own, because they usually come in pairs, right, the cockroaches. This guy was on his own. His partner must have died or someone ate him. And he was hiding under this box that I have. And he's watching everybody else, waiting for all of them to go away so he can run out and get a piece of food. It was really interesting. I never thought that they actually had like a behaviour like that.
I never thought that you would watch them that long without squishing them.
Same here.
Like, okay, if they come in pairs, you got to make sure at least only one of them leaves.
Oh dear.
I mean, even radiation doesn't kill them, so I mean, the odds are pretty high they're going to survive.
You know what kills them? Your foot. Your foot kills them just fine, and so does a rolled-up TV guide.
I catch them and put them outside. That's why they're outside. They're the ones that were caught from inside.
Hey, I can coexist with cockroaches. Don't get me wrong, but if I see them, I can't coexist with them. So that's the rule that we have. If I don't see you and you don't see me, then we can coexist.
Yes. My rule
That's
is
my
you
message to all the
don't
cockroaches out there.
Yeah.
That's the message to any bug that's in my house.
Yeah.
No,
some bugs are okay. I don't mind some bugs.
Yeah, some bugs, like humbugs. Some bugs are all right. And I noticed here in Australia, they vary from region to region. On the other side of the river, the house bugs are different to the ones on this side of the river. And we got a lot more animals on this side of the river, so I'd say they keep a lot of bugs down. So I don't know, they're just different. I like this side of the river better.
Got a lot more bugs that can kill you down there too.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, they're very friendly. Like the spiders, you just ask them to jump into the tub and they'll jump in and you put them outside. But you can't betray them because they'll tell their friends and they won't do it anymore. We had one spider. We got a huntsman. Well, one day I'll get someone to film it and I'll talk to them.
I never thought about the psychology of a spider.
We had a little baby huntsman and it was trapped between the fly screen and the glass. And we left it there for a couple of days, but I realised it was running out of food and it was looking pretty sad. So we decided to catch it and let it go. The funniest thing about these huntsmen is when they're still, they like go flat like a thin piece of paper, right? They deflate like a thin piece of paper and you think they're dead. But as soon as you bring them back to life, they pop up and inflate up again and become, their little legs come round again instead of flat, and they can move really fast. They're really funny critters.
That's weird. It's like a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, they have this inflating and deflating.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's super weird.
It is weird. That's what I observed when I was catching this little spider, because I'm trying to tell him it's going to be all right. You're going to die where you are. I'll put you outside. So he was flat, and then he popped up, and we're like, whoa.
Any spider that's like that comes across my path, and unfortunately, it's either going to die or somehow get maimed, or it's a self-defense mechanism I have.
In here, and if it doesn't get it by me, it doesn't get past the cats.
Well, that's what I threaten them with.
At least your cats do something about it then.
I threaten them with the cat.
Yeah, they'll eat it and they'll get sick.
No,
my cat wouldn't know what to do with it.
My cat's ruthless. She whacks them and just keeps whacking them, and then eats them. But that's what I threaten them with. Quick, jump into the container and I'll let you outside before the cat eats you. And they must understand that language and they jump straight into the container. Try it one sometime.
Zoe tries to catch birds on the balcony, and she's had a gift 2 times. One of these little sparrows actually flew inside my apartment. inside the apartment, and Zoe was like, "This is a get," and she still couldn't catch it.
That would have been a fun day. You know, every
I got
Christmas,
some of it on video. I didn't post it anywhere, I don't think. But yeah.
Every Christmas I say, what are we going to get the cat for Christmas? And everyone looks at each other. And every year I go, a box of mice. Like, that's the best present to get a cat is a box of mice, live mice.
Live ones, yeah.
A little box full of live.
What's the best present to give a mouse then?
An execution.
How about a pound of catnip?
That would be funny.
What would the cat pick? You think the mouse or the catnip?
Cats like catnip, apparently.
And then you get like a big mouse catnip cartel.
Oh, someone's speeding around there.
Yeah, it's really warm here today, so I guess people got their motorcycles out. Sorry about that.
Oh, white-tailed spiders, yeah, Rockman. Same. We got these white-tailed spiders. I will kill them because they bite you. You don't get sick or anything. They actually start eating your flesh away. The poison just eats your flesh away.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, get rid of those.
Hey, Rockman, it's like no spider we normally have. They were new too. We never normally had them. I don't know where they come from or what they
Why
made
did
of.
nature put such a vile creature on the planet?
Oh, what else?
That's to make up for the platypus.
Yeah, Rockman's in the south. He's got snakes. I got snakes too because they're ripping up the park and they got nowhere to live, so they decided to come to my house. And you can always tell when they're around because the cat walks around touching the ground like this. Anything that's long and black, she whacks it like that to see if it moves before she keeps walking. But white-tailed spiders are nasty, man.
Are they big?
I remember one time I got my daughter out of the bath, she was only a kid, put the towel around her and it was on the towel on the shoulder. And I just told her I said, just stand really still, and when I say move, run the other way. So I ripped it off her shoulder and she's kind of jumped out of the way. And then I just stamped on the towel until it was dead. I didn't want to kill it, but you have to. Because if they bite you, it will eat your skin. It's like a flesh-eating spider. That's what they are, flesh-eating spider.
Doesn't sound nice.
It isn't nice.
See, we just have normal spiders here.
Yeah, what's normal? Right,
some of them get big, but there's really only like one or two poisonous ones.
You got a tentacle growing out of your Polly?
Yeah. This.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's calling all cat.
Your tail's in the shot.
I don't know where mine is. She's sleeping. And I lost me boy. I don't know if I've been on since then. Remember old Merlin? He used to come and always comment, and he was very vocal. We lost him last year, unfortunately. And he's gone back to spirit world. So I miss his commentations in the background. So, well, I think we'll wrap it up.
Come on,
people. It's all the interesting stuff I got today. Not much. I'll dig more now. I'll start finding more, hopefully. Yeah, so we'll be back next week. And look out for George's show on the Bittersweet, and look out for Polly on the IBM.
Ironing plans. I should know more information tomorrow, and as soon as I do, I will. Where's Roxy? I will post a date.
And we've got Malia in the chat room. Yeah, we'll post it up and we'll let people know.
We've done anything with Nano Girl.
That'll be something to look forward to. Yeah, we got Malia in the chat room, and she does a show with Walter, and it's about books. Very interesting. If you like books and stuff, go and check it out. And then you got me, who just tries to bring me interesting stuff when I can. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the week. We'll see you next week. We're a bit low on energy, eh? It's because when you come in, I'm going to go and hibernate now. I've just been really busy. So, in that.
Yeah.
So, all right, we'll do the round.
Good. I mean, you're having a life.
Yep, yeah, you got to live. Like I said, people, the reason we don't do the shows constantly, we like to have a break, go and live in the real world for a while, come back and show you the stuff that we've all discovered while we've been gone, and puts a new air on everything. So okay, and come next week.
I will
And
share my journey, but I kind of can't right now. I'm not compelled to because it's still kind of unfolding.
Yeah, you got to get to the end of the journey to tell people about it. That's right. That's what we're all about here. So, everyone in the chat room, thank you for joining us. Holly, is there anything you would like to say before we go and wrap it up?
No, just thanks for having me, and I apologize for being late too. That's it.
You don't need to late,
Yeah, I love coming here. We always talk about cool shit, so yeah. I'm always here.
So hopefully we've got some good stuff coming. Jules?
Oh, thanks for having me, and sorry Roxy hijacked it.
Oh, no, cool. It's nice to see the pets online. It's nice to see them so social. They're obviously sending messages to each other. So, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the bit of stuff that we had for you. I'll keep digging and looking for more stuff to bring you. And then we'll sit back and have a nice yarn. And yeah, and that's it until next week. Go out with some bird stuff. Oh, did I have it?
Roxy, we're just getting ready to play some birds. Are you excited?
Birds, if I can find it. Yeah, I did. Some birds. This one will do. I hope it's the right one. Oh, yeah. All right, everyone. Yellow, love to you on this day. Stay centered, stay happy. Till next week, when we're all back here again with something interesting. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Luna.
Thanks, Polly. Thanks, Jules.
Thanks again, Luna.
Thank you in the future. Love to you on this day. And yeah, we'll just listen to some beautiful music. Bird music, that is.